There's one more method to talk about, and that's a method I'm very fond of called the German short row. This is quite different. The previous three really all do the same thing. They create a loop of yarn that you work together with the following stitch. In this case, what we do is we do something a bit funny. We create a doubled stitch, and it involves, this is where it involves changing the pattern a tiny bit too. It requires a little bit of vigilance. If I was doing a wrap and turn, and this was my turn point, I would move this stitch over and wrap that stitch, right? Okay, don't work that one, I just wrap it. Indeed, if you're doing the yarn over version or the Japanese version, you don't do anything with it. With the German version, you actually work that stitch, so you work one more. So if you're doing your lizard ridge, for example, you would be adding one to your count for every row between the wraps. So I work that stitch in pattern, so whether it's a knit or a purl, okay, turn my work, and then with the yarn in front, and that's important, slip the stitch over to the right hand needle, and then you do something weird, as if what we've been doing before wasn't weird enough. You pull the yarn up and swing it around again in position to work the row to create what we call a doubled stitch. You often see it abbreviated as DS, create double stitch, in a pattern. We've just really tugged on the yarn to pull up both legs of the stitch. And then we purl back, and you always purl one more than you think you should. So if this would have been my turn point, I'm going to purl one more stitch, okay, turn the work, bring the yarn to the front, slip the stitch to the right hand needle, okay, and then tug the yarn up and over and bring it into position for the next row. So in this case, the next row is a knit, so I'm going to leave the yarn at the back. So I'm creating what looks like a monstrously weird and ugly doubled stitch. And those are my wrapped stitches, if you will. And when knitting and purling back, what you do is you work into both legs of that weird stitch. So you just, with the tip of the needle, and it looks very strange, and I find it's actually quite natural when you're doing it. You just knit and you catch both legs of that stitch, and it just pulls that up and tidies it. Very, very tidy, so a little bit different, but really not that visible at all. And on the purl side, we'll purl back, and do you see there's that doubled stitch? They're nicely, easily identified because they're really sort of funny looking. That is the technical term. They're funny looking. And so as I'm purling to my double stitch, easy to see because it's funny looking, there it is, and then I just purl into it, and oh, not sure how that happened, I've got a backward stitch there, just purl into it, and then I'm going to show you what they both look like on the right side. So what we've got here is it's hidden on the one side, and in fact hidden so well I'm having trouble finding it, and then hidden on the other side there as well. And again, I'm a bulky weight yarn here. Most of the time when we're talking about short rows, we're talking often sock heels or shawls, and so there really would not be visible at all, just that little tiny flip of yarn. All short rows are going to be a little bit visible, whether it is because of just the hole that you made when you turned, or because of these hiding methods, but you can choose the one which you think is more or less visible based on how it looks in your work.